Hello, laddie flants and gentle blaps. How y'all doing today? It's your boy Blorx, not your boy. I might, you know what? If you want to consider me your boy, I'll be your boy. If you don't, that's fine with me too. And today we have a wee bit of a change to Dwarf Fortress. I want to say there was an update recently so that I don't sound lazy, but actually there was an update a long time ago and I'm lazy. But I just updated the other day. And the tile set that you all came to know and love, or maybe didn't know and love, doesn't matter. I knew and loved it. Is no longer compatible with the current version of Dwarf Fortress. So we've gone ahead and picked up a different one that may or may not be part of a larger pack with its own launcher and all that stuff. And you can call me a noob for that. That's cool. That's fine. There will be more discourse on the nature of Dwarf Fortress and whether or not playing vanilla is the only way to play. That's coming. Don't worry about it. But yeah, we have a new tile set and a few new features. I'm not used to it yet. I mean, it's pretty similar. You still got, that's a tree. Obviously, those are tree leaves, and that's a tree stump or trunk pillar, according to the little thing, the tooltip. Anyway, yeah, just letting you all know that that change has taken place, and I'll try and identify things a bit more clearly while we all get used to this lovely new tile set. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and look at what the fortress looks like right now. So, we have our surface fortifications in place. The two bridges have been built, which is nice. They also have been hooked up to these buttons, so that button controls that bridge, that one, this one. This button over here controls both, so that's sort of like an emergency shut the gates button. It's right next to the actual entrance to the fort. This is still open, but we're probably going to close that up almost immediately once I unpause here. We go a level down. Our sand collection, although it's now calling it soil. Oh, I hope that didn't change during the update. Nope, still sand. So our sand collection area is still present. Our farms are going, and we have a lovely bunch of mud here to grow in. We're very pleased with that. We go down a bit further. That's a clay layer. There's our clay collection area. Here is our first barracks, wherein there are still only 2 soldiers, I believe. Let's have a quick check. Yep, 2 soldiers. Our axeman, and then the guy who's currently a wrestler, but he has an axe now, so hopefully, given a bit of time, he's going to learn to use it. Otherwise, he'll just throw the axe aside and wrestle things to death, like trolls. I'm sure that'll turn out well for him. Here is our workshop floor. We're smoothing out the stone for this dining hall, I suppose. Here is where the waterfall is, although I guess it's a level up, actually. And eventually that will play host to a window that'll look nice and make the dwarves happy. In theory. We have some storehouses off of the, so I guess that's what stockpile floors look like now. Which is kind of nice, actually. I like that as a texture. It's really identifiable. So yep, that's what the storehouses look like. The workshops are a lot easier to tell apart from one another. Like, that's a mason's shop. You can tell because there are stone blocks and things in it. And then the carpenter shops have like wood on them. So I appreciate that. I gotta say that's a pretty big improvement. I still don't know what that is. That's a glass furnace, and that's a kiln. Okay, so yeah, these are quite a bit easier to identify from one another. I appreciate it. It's good. And that's obviously the kitchens and the still, butcher shop, and the fishery. So that's an improvement. I could get used to that. The bedrooms look like chaos, but to be fair, the bedrooms looked like chaos before, so we're just going to have to live with that, I think. We have a fair amount of bedrooms. I suspect we still don't have enough for everyone to have a room of their own, so that's something we'll have to work on this episode. Down here, more stockpiles and our rubbish pile, which is accessed through that hatch there. I'm really hoping when they finally do start putting corpses in there, the miasma can't get through the hatch, but frankly, I don't remember whether it does or doesn't, so we'll learn together. It'll be good. stone and a bit of wood stockpile. Wow, that's almost full. Yikes. I'll have to make another one, I guess. Don't like that very much. Let's see. And here's the caves. So this is the part that's kind of really confusing me, is these look like statues, but they're actually stone. I'm not a huge fan of that. Let's zoom in here. What is it actually? Yeah, it looks like a little person. Don't love that, but you know, it's fine. We'll get used to it. It's not like the old one didn't have weird things going on as well. So that's where we are with this. I'm going to go and queue something. Ugh, let's try English this time. I'm gonna go queue some things up. Probably pull up Dwarf Therapist so we can have a look at those beautiful, beautiful spreadsheets and get an idea of what our dwarves are up to. And I will be back. Well, we've had a bit of a moment here. Our farmer has been possessed. Now, my understanding of possession in this game is that dwarves don't have possessions. They're communists. Why do you ask? No. To my knowledge, they do have possessions. Also, that's not what communism is about, but more on that never. So he's been possessed, which I think means he's going to make an artifact. I hope that's what it means. We'll have to find out. So let's see what he does. Actually, let's go find him. His name was what? Oh, it's gone. Yukar, I think. Yukar something. He was very pink. That might have just been the message, though. Really should have looked at the name, eh? This is a good look. Was it Yuvash? Actually, I guess we can look in here, in this side of the list, and that should tell us. Strange mood or something somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't matter, damn it. Strange mood. There he is. Vukar. It's different. So let's follow him. He's going to a craft store's workshop. Okay. Does he have what he requires? Let's see. Doesn't say. I'm hoping he does. Wow, we are getting so much freaking visitors. We are but a small little fort. We haven't even got our trade depot up. Never mind a tavern for people to like hang out in. This is wild. Is that our boy Vukar there? Oh. Yep, he's carrying stone. Which... There he goes. There he goes. Wow, yeah, Marksdorf is visiting. We're getting tons of visitors. We must be in a relatively well-populated area. I didn't think so when we set up here, but he wants more stone. Fascinating. Truly. I'm... what the hell? He's also carrying something blue? Like turquoise? That would be interesting. Let's see, shall we? Here he goes. Okay, so he's just going to keep gathering stuff. I assume he's going to make something interesting at some point, but it'll let us know when he starts the construction. So about the only thing that happened is I've queued this up. This is just going to be more stone storage because we are digging up a lot of stone. It would be nice to have a place to put it. We should probably designate this as belonging to the mayor. Let's do that. Yes. Let's actually go look at our nobles, shall we? So, our countess requires what? Offices, quarters, dining room, tomb, chests, cabinets, weapon rack, armor stands. I didn't want this. In fact, it occurs to me this didn't make it into the last episode. There was an issue with the previous episode, just in terms of where I cut. We ended up with an artifact, which I'll show you in a bit. But we also had the representatives of the dwarves, I suppose, show up and say, "Oh yeah, you've got a baron now. You're a barony. Have fun." So I don't fully understand what that means, other than we have nobles now, and they're annoying, and they want things that I don't have. Oh, I guess a county. Sorry. So it's a countess, and then we have 2 barons, or a baroness and a baron? Hard to say. Oh boy. Yeah, office, dining room, tomb. Yeah, they need a lot of things. That's great. So I'll have to work on that slowly over the next little bit. What does the mayor want? He needs an office. Yikes! They need so many things. Not allowed to export quivers. Good. Need a captain of the guard, which we're not going to do yet. Hammerer. Manager might be nice. Medical dwarf might be nice. But, again, not a huge deal. So these buggers are going to be a pain in the butt, basically. So we have our second artifact. Our possessed dude went ahead and created... One second here. There we go. Created... So this is our first one. It's a tiger iron barrel. That's all there is to say. It's just a barrel made of tiger iron, encrusted with tiger iron, which is wild. Our other one, though, is a magnetite scepter, which, if anything, is more disappointing. It's a magnetite scepter. All craft worship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with round magnetite cabochons and encircled with bands of round magnetite cabochons and round brilliant cut pyrites. This object menaces with spikes of magnetite. So it's almost entirely magnetite, which it's a stone. It's lovely. So that's where we are on that one. Whew! Oh, interrupted by giant rainbow trout. Please. No, wait, that wasn't rainbow trout. There was just rain in the way there. Let's see here. Sparrow. Oh, which reminds me, previously I had mentioned that our caves were full of giant sparrows. I have since discovered that I'm an idiot. To be fair, I made that discovery a long time ago. But in this case, I'm an idiot. In that these, well, I can't follow it apparently. One second. It's annoying. They're not underground. That's the long and the short of it. These boys are thoroughly above ground. Oh, he's actually just sitting on the twigs, I guess. Yeah. So they're flying around the forest above us, and I guess occasionally they steal fish from our fishermen. I'm assuming. So if we want to deal with the interrupted by giant sparrow issues, we'll have to build up a few crossbowmen to kill/ward them off. So that'll be fun. Or we can ignore them, because it's fine. It's not a huge deal that there are huge sparrows. I suppose we knew this day would come. But we have finally attracted our first were monster. And it's a were-Gila monster. Which I think is particularly bad because unless my biology escapes me in this case, the Gila monster is quite poisonous. And also just kind of a big, nasty-looking lizard. That's a little cute. It's got some cute moments. But either way, we have our first major threat to the fort. So, what we're going to do here is go to the military tab. We're going to go to alerts. And we're going to turn on the alert for safe zone. Which should get everyone to restrict themselves to the burrow that we made earlier. In the meantime, I'm thinking... Run. Run. Run! Okay. Okay. It stopped at the animal pen. We're good. Good. Everyone's getting in. He's on that neck of land. He's hanging out right here right now. So he can't use the bridges, so there's no need to put them up. Although I may do it just in case. Now, I do have a bunch of people staying in my fort who say they're just monster hunters, so I'm wondering, there's a monster. Oh! He transformed him into a human. Now he's going to run away, in theory. Yay! There we go. We weathered our first were-monster attack by running. Awesome. So that's that done. Get everyone back to what they were doing. Wow, that worked out really well. I'm pretty proud of that. Usually that spells a few deaths at least. Lucky us. Lucky dwarves. Lucky everyone. Well done, everyone. And there's a human crossbow visiting. I mean, since they're visiting, we're granting residencies. We should really start planning that tavern that I keep mentioning. And then never building. Thinking maybe we build it off over here. So I'll set that up, and then I'll see you guys in a moment. So there's a downside to only recording when something interesting happens. And that downside has just made itself very apparent. So, as you can see, our fishermen like to hang out up here and fish. This is where they do the fishing, and I love it. Also, hey, we dug a new trench so that our north has water to it. I don't know how that's gonna. I mean, there's plenty of enemies that swim or fly or whatever, or will just go through it. Although I don't know that they can go through 7 without risking drowning. But there it is. We've got this sort of ditch at the top here. I guess it's about as wide as the river. But anyway, that should keep us a little bit safer from attack. So like the Weregilla would have had to either ford this or come around, and that would buy us some time to get all the dwarves inside, is the idea. It'll also keep our dwarves from going too close to the northern border, which is dangerous. Won't do anything for this side, but there's a fair amount of space there. Anyway, the thing that happened is that one of our fisher dwarves fell in the water. I don't know how that happened. All I can say for sure is that I've just seen him get swept down the stream and fall into the waterfall. And I suppose we'll... Oh, yeah, there he is. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh, this is very sad. There's not an awful lot we can do for him. He is drowning. And that's kind of going to be him. So, I guess we have to watch him die now. No. I can't look. I feel like bloody well. Oh, great. That's also right at the entrance to our... that's right where we want to put the window. And he's dead. Well, that's our first death. So we're going to have to go ahead and engrave a memorial slab for him so that we don't get a ghost. Oh, no. Yeah. And I guess that's a great reason to... oh, hey, yeah, this is the tavern I'm building. I don't know why it looks like that either, but there it is! Woo! Is all this smooth? Yeah, I think it is. So let's go ahead and queue up the engravening of all of this, because engraving is great, and it'll give our dwarves a mood increase, which they might need after one of their compatriots gets, well, takes an unfortunate tumble into the river. So that's just kind of, that's being a fisher dwarf sometimes. Sometimes you fall in the river, and you drown, and you clutter up my goddamn screen for the rest of the game, because I'll never be able to retrieve that corpse. Actually, I guess no, we are not saving. We're not retrieving that dwarf corpse. That would take a very long time. So we're not going to bother. We are going to jump around here and make a new stockpile for stone. Alright. Now, I'd say we're doing okay. Taking our first casualty. Our morale, I mean, me personally, my morale's taking a hit. I'm on the edge of tears here for my poor fisher dwarf. It's a really bad way to go, you know? Like, swept into the water and then off a waterfall. Ah, dear. Let's have a look at the corpse. And he had good things on him, too. There's also apparently a lizard on him, which is weird. Very weird. Oh. This is a Logum Ofinkel's corpse. So there's another thing. While I'm thinking about dwarf names, if you want a dwarf named either after yourself or just anything you feel like, as long as it's not horribly obscene, Like, there's a limit play within it, obviously. But aside from that, if there's a dwarf you want named, let me know in the comments. I'm pretty open to suggestions. Otherwise, I'm probably going to start naming these guys within the next couple episodes. 'Cause that way, and this is the big secret here. When one of them dies and they have a name, y'all get way more sad. I mean, me too, but y'all get, we all become emotionally invested. It's like in XCOM, you know, you name one of your dwarves something, and then, or dwarves. Wow, yes, there's dwarves in XCOM now. Didn't you know? New DLC. It's called Fingaldoof's Iron Grim. It's a great time. You fight the elves. Anyway, no. You name like one of your XCOM operatives after, like, I don't know, your dog or something, and then that operative dies, and it's just, it crushes you. I never finished XCOM 2. I got sad. I'm named one after, I don't have a dog. Anyway, catch you next time something interesting happens. Well, it looks like we're about to get another artifact, so I figured I'd show you guys how that went. So yeah, let's take a wee bit of a tour while this fellow over here sorts out what they want to do with their life. So what has happened? This we've already looked at, made this little Modi do. I don't know if this is going to flood this entire area. Part of me wishes it would, but I don't know the water mechanics well enough to tell you yay or nay whether it'll overflow this pool or just end up being a pool. If it's just a pool, that's cool too. I like it. It's good. We have had to evacuate our animals from here because we ended up with too many animals for that grass to support. So they were starving. So now they're down over here, which is theoretically better. I may just make them a big like area here and hope nothing shows up to eat them. Which is, oh, we do have a waterfall going on there. Nice. Okay, cool. What else is going on? Right. This fortification is done. So what are we looking at here? Oops, that's not what we wanted. So this is the ground level. You know, these are the walls, the bridges. That's the floor, the platform over the break in the water, which I kind of regret because that shape's really attractive. But anyway, can't win them all, I suppose. Then these on either side of this lever, which looks like a button, but trust me, it's a lever. It's labeled, yo. These go up onto the roof of this, which then has a rampart, and these are fortifications. So my understanding of fortifications is they are a block that our crossbow dwarves can shoot through. I guess our marksmen, but enemy crossbowmen and archers cannot. So that's how I think they work. If that's not the case and you're yelling at your screen right now, please leave a comment and set me straight, because I'm not about to check the wiki to find out. So I'm really hoping I've created a sort of structure here that I can assign dwarves to station on, basically, and have them shoot at any threats that might be outside our fort. Trying to build a bridge here. It's yeah. There's a human swimming in here right now, a human crossbowman who really wants to get to us, but I forgot to build a bridge, and sometimes the visitors decide, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna fucking dunk myself in the river. So he might actually just stay there / drown. I've had that happen before. And there's the artifact beginning its construction. So we're in a great spot. I really expected this to go far worse. Like, our first were-monster was a big test. We got very lucky that he got stuck against this building here. Our ancient alien wool structure was too attractive for him. Because if it hadn't been, there's a good chance we would have lost. Oh, another magnetite fucking artifact. Alright, let's go look at it. Magnetite crown. Yep, let's view the description. Magnetite crown, all craft dwarf ship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with oval magnetite cabochons. Sounds familiar. On the image is an item. Wow. On the item is an image of a bracelet in magnetite. So on the crown, there's a carved image of a bracelet and the image of a finger millet plant in magnetite. So it's, I mean, it does exist. It sure does. Oh boy. Alright. Well, I'm glad that's a thing, I guess. Can I look at it in stocks? There's an idea. I'm not actually sure. Crowns. Well, we only have the one, so how much are you worth? What's enhanced view? Whoa. Whoa, I think this is part of DF hack, which I try not to use. The pack I downloaded to play this version of Dwarf Fortress and have a graphics pack so that I don't know if I've had this discussion yet, but I'm going to have it again just in case. Graphics packs. There are a lot of Dwarf Fortress purists out there, and the way they play the game is entirely valid. These people believe, wow, making them sound like a religion. These people believe things you couldn't possibly understand. No. But they believe that, no, I don't want that. They believe that if you're not playing Dwarf Fortress on the default graphics, then you're a wee bit of a wanker, because it is fully understandable. Like, I can play it with the default graphics. I choose not to because I kind of prefer the way it looks not on default, which makes a lot of sense because it's not pretty. No one playing this game is gonna say, "Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that block. That's a nice stone pillar. We love it." Oh, it actually calls it a pillar. Nice. Totally what I intended it to be. Anyway, the point is, purists, I get you. You know what? You like things the way they are. I have always preferred having a graphics pack just because it's nicer. It looks better. I mean, I don't much like this tile set. I don't love it, not gonna lie. I would very much like to find another one, and I think I wouldn't be surprised in a future video if I came on and was like, hey guys, sorry to shake things up again, but I've decided to change it one more time. So, you know, stay tuned, basically. Giant sparrow, stop stealing my fish! To finish off that discussion about graphics packs, I want it to look nicer, so I play with the graphics pack. That's the end of the story. If that's upsetting to you, I'm genuinely sorry. I'm not out here to upset you. That'd be shitty of me.